Me san start bi no. Me nyanyum kra me man select nyum. Yo abusiafo ye mamo adwo ene nwumre de nyame ase se enne esanso ye memenda na anadwo nkomo dwumade ne de bremo enwumre ye wo topic akese pa wo so a ye bedi hu nkomo na ansa na no ye mfa nwum kakra ye ntie nwum kakra na ye baba akia ya be start dwumade no Father say adwa ye meyire ya ye mempana topic na ye be discuss no ane adwa ye meyire ya ye mempana bebre na be fi mu aba enti ebe fi mu aba na ye ntie Oba na wa hye amade onya bi nso wonya bi ati amaye Kasi bi ni go ya ene when I first person ene wa bantam bunimu the person mutie nwunu mu nsem yie pa na me wa no ha na me Wade nim se o ka asem a kire na yira bema na yira asesa but sometimes no voice no utie ni yi a utumi se the form no ye be ma na se utumi u direct o yire e wo ayi se ya e ya na du ba bi a psychologically na ya na emwa Monso mo enkla na aba na mo sere a mo de style se ja mo mfo kunu no me ma no kofia na mo treat o mo yire no no Oyin mi ma style wa bit ma ten style won fa ma Many excuses say I'm sorry e ma style into my problem thing Na yo Try right here. We radio or TV no e sha de godon one the man o person yire ho ya fa nya na so ya shopping the man Wales crowd ni du person yire nya Wales nya na so to Wales bi asifie oba wona bi atie one me ya ni ya man ya shinu pande na mi wana mi gano ya me mpuna oba so anu wa hye amaye nso woda so di n'akyi oyere na ɔbɛtutu yie no wokɔ a na woboro no wokɔ a na woboro wɔ yere ka ho na wohyɛ no ani berɛ na ɔde sika no akɔma afɔ abɔnten deɛ ɔmu no na waspɛnde wɔ ne ho agya yaa o ɛwɔ adwene mmarima no a mobo mo yerenom no hwan na menwa no hwan na mengya no wonia woyare a na wasa wo ho yare ansa na wakɔ aware ase na menwa no hwan na mengya no ya bantena obiara hwɛ ne nkwan de hwan na menwa no hwan na mengya no ya bantena obiara hwɛ ne nkwan de hwan na menwa no hwan na mengya no yo abusuafoɔ ɛha na ɛde nnwom no bɛsi anwummere mo a mote me nka media ne afia hene na ɛnɛ anadwo nkɔmmɔ no yɛn topic no ano ɔden yɛn nyinaa yɛnim for the past 1 week to 2 weeks nie nea ɛkokɔ so ɛwɔ social media no so but before sɛ ɛnya mmaayɛ no some yɛte cases bebree a ɛyɛ similar to what we are going to discuss na obgh nso so no ya discuss this kind of a topic da ya yen be 2-3 times na ne ye pese san repeat biem na yes pense mu biem enti na ye be say so why do some people, some couples stay in an abusive marriage and they benti kra na ukunu ana wo ye abuse wo tete wo na o tete wo na wotena sa aware a yɛsɛ yɛ abuse a kyɛ sɛ ka sɛ obi abuse wa physically no to ne nsa de bɔ odi watam ɔyɛ wa yakayaka de otum nsa ade na ɔde yɛ wo no affect wa kyɛ sɛ ebetimi ade wa kɔ wuo mu sɛ wadwuma sɛ wo ma kyɛ sɛ affect na ma bebree nso woda so te sa aware no de benti na aware a bema mu oba mu bema mfa wo nya hwe bema tete wo oto ne nsa de bɔ na fe sɛ abusive no na still no oda so tim de benti na mema oba bi akoso atena saa this kind of aware mu de benti mema bema bi atena this kind of aware mu a onim sɛ ade na wotim ne ekum no ene no ho ne ba be discuss afa na oba so na wa hye de amame enche me de obi beba be ka ho na ya start obi Obi.
Avia.
Madre.
Avia me joso na etisen.
Ami ado na nso e.
Awurade adom boko. Awurade adom boko abi eja. Yetimi tena ha ya yetisi. Yetimi di dwuma yi nko ade na kyese boko because isie de ya na hu hia.
Ya semo.
Sa wo ma usisi eloke a enwema bebre wo ho a wontumi nye. Yedi mu akotene pa ne de nyam na mebka kire wo.
Si na asem na de asem pa.
Ma hwe musisi yie. Anse nke ya loke bat eja. Manya mitira didi mu enti meka se me chia busuafo especially ata akosi ata obapa me chia
Obi di dwuma wa me na ma me seconds.
Okay. Yo afia eja me ho nti me to aso e de amano Auntie Harriet upon pepra Madam Delicious me chia wo ata medical abodin me chia B flat Michiao Sports, #1 sports on Echo Radio. B flat US B flat Michiao. Abusuafo se wunya ye video ibia na wabɔ modna na wa share de kɔ ama obi nso so aba na wabɛka ho na ye nyina ye didwuma. Sɛ de afia ɛka ye no. Ena ye ba bedi nkɔmmɔ afa ɛkwan a de nti a enipa da so te abusive marriage mu. Most especially no ebia ye be touchy based on sa gospel singer ya free Nigeria Osinachi ewuo no ye be touchy based on that ɛno nti no bomodna se oni yebetena bomodna se obe kan yɛn ho na for the next about 2 hours ne ye did say adwuma we na eja ye dey atu ye ho fo because you never know baby ko a be fra ba via wa back dia so
Yo, abusuafo said na obi kana no my witness a lot of abusive relationship ma hu nipa bebre a go through this kind of issues ebi opokwa me anka se kwa mitimi sori egiram edefende nti no minim said esitiye my witness nipa bebre a omo bu omo yerenom omo bu omo girlfriends tete ni nyina no bo nsa obema bi o se wo nsa ne girlfriend na obi kasa oba se yampa ono ne twempna se yampa nyampa otimi abuse otimi bu no rough na ade betu be hu na omda so te ombeka na obanda so di be ma na chi ontimi nja na chi die enti enne this week na ye hu se na before se ma me ne de na ba no na ebi adikan si dada within the week na no na mienu na asi wa Nigeria ba akon so call Scotland ya ne kunu oba back ya ne kunu etwa agya to fia otima o hye o ne ne be ma nyina animu no mo wuye a ya chi be ma na we the same ayi na within the week na ma me we de nso esan den eto aso no na before say eti sa cases we nyina no e be say first one na owuye no o ye hye no nipa nka ho asem kese but musician de ne battle mu wie na ase amanfo e kasa fa nkese it means say ba ko no de na e bae no so onye famous onye popular ntina o man shedan kan anase say onye nipa de I don't know because ono so see e oba sa ntino but me hu say social media no so e huru e kasa fa ho but ma me we particular de ne bae no ase the whole world ntino me hu say discrimination bi about baby but all the same no ye be kasa fa ni nyina ho Ghana bi sikura mu say enne me kasa kwa no obi akum ne yere ewo ayi efere nsen sika ya yetua mankola yi ho obi akum se ye kom de biye ni se ye kum de biye ni ntino ya ade a ehia me a me se me de me koso aka ho asem sa nti se abusive marriage no de benti ena obi tisa obi I decide so no de enu mu no betena e de akọ owu ha adwen nti afasi ho so se beba ho dawuo ya koso ne ya educate society no also wo ho a na wa educate society a wom se be obi abete ne ho ase ne wa hu ne efimu ba ntanyeme se wonia wa ba so na wa sha amaye na do contribution aba na se wa hu bi da ana se bia wo experience bi a wona a share nti me na nwumre yi me a me di dwuma de ho chia me afia he ne obi ka ho bi me boss penyin ba akono na ene ne na di dwuma de wa ha sei na ya se obi
we dey me twa no there are a couple of videos bi or no more I think center bi aka yetimi bo na ye sha nke bebo akakra efa ai krofo a omo abuse omo ebu omo yere mo so ati ase ye wo video wo ho no mo a ebia betimi di active na ya ka ade ye ba ko mienu bi wo ho a ebia bebo the percent krofo enya sensitization on what is going on so at must say ye hunu say ye born purposely not say ye support to no we are creating awareness say ebia na wote this such a toxic your friend say marriage and as a relationship my ye do fast akwan we so nti we de mesere wa na me bepa na me mo me mfa de di kan no me share no wa ha na your friend is saying hold on mommy Michelle hold on mommy kakra hold on I mean how do you wa okay all right we back we are me be the kind abono people were linking that particular one not to say a woman there but I don't think it's a no but then no still no yenhwe ade ewo ha yenhwe ade no wo ha ansa ti wi a na afede na bo ada one nso so ewo ha fia okay na meka yenhwe na yenhwe senti wote such a relationship mu a minim de nti a still na ya na emma enkrofo te ho nti afia me bo we na ansa why me ba cho atifo moma yentie ana say yenhwe at least okay afia ba kono eno no ba kono no ha adwene honestly speaking man kan na meboa this particular one he ha adwene pa oh and another one ensuni we share no so wa ha another one ensuni omi enhwe no so okay fia me enhwe we so I hope say people are okay oh ba kuna ama afia ba kuna ama meboa okay abuja fo mo hwe we enso so
Olaba echemando manu kwelisa. Ba echemando kwelisa manyiwo. Jangu wale formis gani katikati. Yo. Kade.
okay I hope say who and also so ba kono me boy no eno na ntimi amaye nti bia mesa repeat eno no enso aka afia ho
Obi meet you.
okay good afia yensan hwe we na afi de besina ya toa enkomo ne so yensan hwe this last one we ewo aha resuni
Na Obi audio na pese bona na say video na pese ma
video
because me ha na show ba screen so dey hwe ma wo
so I for sorry I for sorry I thought say be ba eni mu mi ensan hwe Vese ba ko ne yehu eno so say okay
bye
good all right video ana me pese ye de chere nkofo we don't support this video but we were trying to show it and then to talk about it to make sure nobody has to stay in this kind of abusive marriage. No, I mean, I know, Auntie Aret, I know this is hard to watch. It is very graphical, but again, on education purposes, we just want people to know, say, things like this are happening, so we need to talk about it. As I say, we have to be advocacy for this. And yeah, platform, minim se nkrofo bebre kwa. a bigger platform than us. They only choose to say Adiana ba abeya to say the nephew canon one or more person will come once because say almost the better views. Yen ye no a constant thing as over here abuse ye come once every day. Yen and yes ba ye he no ye can be ye can't once every day. So ye become once and so. Ye video way just to make sure say to let you know say there are things like this unholy things that is still going on, especially in Africa. The Western world now team normally this thing can't happen. It is because law war be ashe oh yes I did we are you're gonna be arrested. You be arrested. You do be forever. But Ghana and the rest of Africa, minimum what kind of leaders that we have, you allow these kind of maltreatment, inhumane, human human inhumane activity. I did yet yen nipa a wokɔ ware no onipa a wo se ɔyɛ wo dɔfo onipa a wopɛ ne bɔbra. And you subject that person to this kind of treatment. That is so sad. So we're gonna talk about it. So what I say, Nana Ansu Kwachi, Medawasisa Oshe, or see may Jehovah help us. I know, and also I know why would people still live in this kind of relationship? Omunye nipa na. Why do fasa kwan we so no? Wunye nipa. Ya bu se ya na opa na. Is that the way a human supposed to treat their fellow human being? Is that how it's supposed to be? As someone, I think that all and sundry has to talk about it. We need to talk about it constantly, every day. So what you say, and yet a happy never year and son wakabi. Talk about it every day. Somehow, no, I don't think this part of civilization, what Western world, Hano, it hasn't gone to Africa yet concerning, a relationship, a mutual relationship. Only obi enya. Se oni nipa na nya relationship wakose wako ware na sebi. Se uko ya no sa uko ware nipa no, se uka kire na busuafo no se me de modeshia ne ba. Most of the time no, a can't abusive relationship. If ya me start ya nesa, you can't say abusive relationship now. Most of the time, no say you majority of them no, women go against them. Hardly so be who say ebi obema bebo oba bebo bema. Hard. It is hard for you to find out, to find something like that. So what you say, but majority, I would say about 80% and not 90%, you know. A mema and a bo a ma most of the time. Okay. All right. If you're mate, okay. If you're mate, me that's it. Most of the time, no, a mema for some reason, okay. If you're there, Bremu, Michelle, Bremu, so what I say. And you know, young can want some yeni who come. If you're over so mommy, why? If you're intimate, if you're still a chair. Therefore, and say afia enya a little bit tayi kakra. Okay. Abja still I train afia no me koso. So at ma se afia ba de na ya dane e de amano na afi or the yen aye yi so hu. Enti no yen try muma ye nyina yam fire no nto this issue mu. So at ma se muma ye nyina yam fire no ento issue we mu na ye nyina yen ka bi. Ye nyina yen try say yebetumi aka ama saa anyoma we akọ enipa etirimu in order for people to start to say realize say in a relationship no it's just a mutual understanding between enipa mienu mo worry enipa mienu mo force say mo de mo ho about be come together. So what you say your friend is saying it's a mutual respect. So what must say a mutual respect na ye only obi a mutual munyina no ma come together say mu mienu no mo be bobra. So I don't know the reason why utumi decided say obey saa de we de atia wo yonko. So what must say for that matter no oye obi a wakọ yeden wakọ sre no say obeware no ukọ na busuafo ho no. You didn't tell them, say, me the nipa we ba ababetena ho abetwena se abebono abesoni timi mu and all that stuff. So what must say? I really don't think say that is what was going to happen now with the year day. With the buy. Oh. And you know moma yenka ho asem. Minim what is going on, but I fear article pretty much and I think say be obesign abaso. And into moma yen and koso. Nana Anzukwachi say, I don't understand why the women also stay. If you are being treated like this, why don't you leave? Probably the women also do something that attract these. Okay, so Nanansu me busa se emano ye wo bema wo na wo ye bema wo fie. Let's take it like that. It is a obano ye bibia attracted desa. Must you also say sebi chinchina obuni panana? That is something that I don't understand. So what you say? Is that how that you have to sort to? So what you must say? Yes, na was also sort to ana se obebu obi action as it say yana. I find it difficult to understand. What am I saying? I just find it difficult to understand. Say, Ubia wako wareno. Ubia wati sikase uko ware nipa krono. Then, wodi nipa na babe tena ufie wi no. You decide say upese ubu nipa krono. Out of what reason? Is that what you wanted to do at first, ana? Sa na upese uya na. The na wadwum ade ade na ebe trigger yen ade na betimi a trigger wo yie so what ya say ade na betimi a trigger wo say chinchina wakofa obi a wa friend pakro ne say wo yire no a wo de na ba betina ofie no ade kro na trigger wo no is triggering you too much say e was obu ni pakro no why then ma wo yesa so ade ba ko a sometimes me dwene ho ne say enipa yete ma especially a omote abusive marriage mu no and ma especially omo decide say chinchina I also omotena abusive marriage even at all kran see ye twa omo tikura na omotena mu no. The reason why I am not diama omo no is say omo ni omo any self-confidence. That is one thing I made to me I can't about it. They don't have self-confidence that they have depended on almost a husband so much to the point to say they feel say if we leave si jai adieno na ye kwa we can survive at our own self. They probably are not independent women. No matter how outside, senior usi huno outside, you know. And in sister Osinachi Ediya esi, you know. You might think it's a probably be at the way or see a tonyum or minister and yum ewo pulpit so and all that stuff, you know. She could have had the courage to get out of the your friend is saying that toxic relationship na ekoswo no. But inwardly no ye asori sem ne to nchen ne ye say nyan bia said God na see ye mayen sa ware or mayenya whatever the case may be no say ye to nchen a onu ankasa no ne self esteem and ne self confidence no na oni bi. The other time me call nra me call platforms be so I anti odo a fear odo mensa platforms so then I was saying say perhaps no nipa no onim ni self what you say the person most nipa no omo self no omo ankasa no omo nim omo self here enti the nipa ebe the different person ebe ka actually know about no na waje enumoma atumu. Is the sanka the person supposed to do a thorough research knows say this adia mimpeni die mi penny adia wo de ye me a ebe mama ka say okay you have had enough with you no. So what I say is that the person can do that no. They also say wuntimi assess wo yi a say wuni any kind of so wuni aim bia ade bia ye beton ama obia no so wuni focus won set up goals and for set those goals no for you the beton ama obia no you accept it fully thinking say that is the best. What you must say thinking say that is the most idea a very best I will to me aye den ubetimi enya. But when you assess yourself, now we need baby now the way our person would they will level koko drew your tongue be a fall short to the level now you tried yet person who could do now. You will never admit it. Enti so woni mo ho say me be ware wo me do be me ho kani the way I me respect me ho no ultimate inside the bomb dia and that is my limit I can go. That is the limit that I can go. So ultimately enya that understanding no dia. So what must say ultimately that understanding no dia. Baby a nipa ne bedu a ye wo threshold no wo threshold no se nipa no trust and as oduru sa then you know say there are dangers be you know say there are flags danger zone be wo ho no mo edu so you need to put a stop to it. Yeah musa ya ho say mamenkan ye kona na me kan your friend is saying messages or say some of the victims, although they have been abused, my main infanto a so said who is saying what? Okay, I told Kwame Adams was say some of the victims, although they have been abused, plan on making things right or righting the wrong. So they stay in the marriage thinking they can make the abusers stop. And no correct. This idea way idea a bit me do be atena abusive marriage mo. Me da say your friend is saying ato me da say obi mu wo ho a they have this idea say enipa no ede wo fa abuse mu or bo no they think say they can change the person for the better, but they haven't realized say untimi change nipa wo ankasa wo betimi a change wo ho. But changing obino, it's a tough job for you to do. If the person, especially if the person hasn't decided to change her. Senipano hasn't decided to change her. It's a tall order for who to change the person. So would you bet me I say change yourself? Say nipani abuse you. Na say tolerate ya. You need to change by someone tolerate by living. So me patcho some to the make sure na say I was say change by say won't tolerate it. I was draw where the line you supposed to. Relationship, you have to know say there is a line somewhere. Want to me emfa obi enye punching back and thinking say and who na you do punching back and thinking say you can change the person. How? What? And then I will be used to their change. People talk about it, especially your friend is saying sorry for any I don't know. They think say they can pray. Bet me a bumpire. Bet me a bumpire. I change the other partner on a certain characters and attitude be that one. Yes, you are joking. I'm being honest with you. If you decide to do that, meaning say you are joking. Because the person now or no abuser no or who know what is wrong with abusing you are. Do you think say how is it going to work for you? Adia ba kwa mete ye about osinachi ayini say enkrofo omo ba mu se nanka omo pese omo bua no I heard say omo say she keep telling people say no mamon can't we na nyankopon beye mpaibo be change. How? I just want to know how saying mpaibo be simia change nipa since time immemorial no can prayer change a person a change the a nipa na ne change ne ho se nipa no wo ya de na unhu sa de ne nya there's no way so be change wo ho ade a wo ye a produce a good effect for you no. I don't think say unhu say ade no de me a produce good effect for me. So why are you going to change? Until so who sadie no effect na a produce no it's not good. Then you realize say, okay, I don't think it's a idea way is working for me. So let me change. And no now the change in beba and you will be a wild bontia and you're not there yet. Enti say what decided say the nipa no bo what's ya worry mu ye twase ye boot tutini da bia na wanim ya ponche hwa ma na soa and you think say over said dem ma bompae ama sa nipa no a change nipa no who anything wrong beating you nipa no who anything bad nipa no who anything bad in beating you. So dear ebeba ne say obebua to the certain point so why we here at the owuo to say the abbey and bro. It's earlier and I make us say you have to set your standards. You have to set your standards. And what's that ultimate study set or standard they say? I was a winya threshold. Said this is my threshold. I had na adieni dra. It means it's what go way overboard. So then there should be a stop to it. If you deem me as somebody I'll be worrying me, then there should be a way. There should be something to stop. If you don't stop it, that means that between this relationship that we are having, it cannot go on. What you say? That means that me new relationship, it cannot go on. There must be putting a stop to it. That is something that you need to do. It is a one yes, sir. So one yeah, we tell me. So when you that threshold now. So when you that stopping point now. Trust me, obi a oya abuser no, the person will continue to abuse you. Yemusa se abuse no krampo no. How do we see it? A kwine best on your phone beside physically so be no. There are abuse in your differences. Obi betimi abuse you emotionally by saying things about you every constant day. And your man be at the can found but because it keep repeating itself to you every constant day, every day, no, you tend to accept this at least sana what here. So you become adapted to it. To say the name can or other platforms. So we are adapted to that particular instant now air course. You become adapted to it. And then not what fun is because there be a sign you catch it and you feel say no correct. Emotionally no to me function we the way I also function to your level, you can see yourself say you are being drained by constantly reminding you say wo ebia wo nya fe ebia wunim we ye ebia why you say every negative thing I bet me catch obia no it's constantly ringing bell in your head. So what you say enipa no because of that in no onim se ojai no woko baby a sa na ya catch no constantly for about 5 years about 6 years about 10 years and no oni self confidence say okọ baby ye betimi age no awa too. Then the person don't have a choice than to leave it in it. Na ne whole being no dimina na ewo ne ho no had been subside. Na why one kasa hu ni say why useless but untimi lifting ne ho up because constantly ni nipa anka bia obetimi a left up in emotion, in words, in everything. No, the person is not doing it for you. So what you say? The person is not doing it for you. The moment I be nipa no, you see it say, you deem it say, the person is kind of omo or nipa no ebe kan adia enye na afa wo. So what you say? Enunti nipa tena abusive relationship mo in so many different ways. Back wa meti ya from yes sister no na yi your friend is saying and in crop one say yes was say ne maninti. Another thing a nipa tena abusive relationship mo no. They fear, most of the women fear say omo beja omo ma ho atwe omo ho free abusive relationship mo. Say nanka or try so betina mu na wa protecting the man. But now no, she's not gonna have the chance even. Say nkwala na say omo be protected or not no, uni hope him. We no waja nkwala ne ho permanently. There's no coming back. because you are not there. When you're alive to witness say even class me jaomo senka ofrimu e na okoye na okotena baby at least nanka e bia obetimi anya another life every day bia na betimi aboa no amana back amana back to look up to the children now of all say oja omo ho abe ha no as I say no obi anim say even sebi say sister osinachi ewo samaya Osamai will be standing somewhere without even untimi nyefhe say because you are dead and gone. So abusive relationship and how people stay in it, people don't say they make the biano. Almost confidence level has been diminished. The confidence level that is supposed to because I get diminished. They have been constantly being suppressed to the certain to the estate say emphasis the society itself. I'm reading messages kakra. Okay. Nanansu Kwachi bi was say if nothing goes to touch the palm branch, it doesn't rattle. She might have hidden she might have hidden behavior during dating. A simple bro. Nanansu Kwachi me okay. I'm not sure. So what I say, I'm not sure say yemfa mamemfa me no mienu enye emema yenye emfa to ho na yenhwe ade bi wa ha. Se oba na owo hidden behavior bi wo baby. Ena wa anyi na di na ukoware no. Yemfa ne se wakoware na wie. Ena afi na oyi saa suban no adi a kire wa. Must mema have to sort through. So what for moto woman sana. It shouldn't even be the last resort. The minimum say, Yemfani say you need the respect from your wife. O pesa o wife for respect to but you nyanesa. I don't know at the cry na a see a quine say. At the crona win ya marriage in the muno. And I said, you're not all expecting us, manesa. Why can't you just leave rather than say we sort it out to say? So Obano Kran and I know ding the bian or be casa cha na ubeyi winsa na pona no so. I don't think it say a good practice, if I should put it that way. No matter what, no matter how, no matter where, said ye Nana Kwame can say bibian kwa papa enye trade. Once we enter into a relationship and marriage, anything with anybody, Taihunu say, two different lives come together to make it work, to try and see, say, that we're going to work out. We are compatible. Or if we are just opposite, that is attracting each other. That is what I want us to understand here. And to say, na the union no be add up. Na se sebi. Yemfa ne se sebi. Sadye na ensi. Me hu ni say, if ni pay say na from afar, no, this is how the person was. But o twe ben me no, na hu sente saa. Abusuye, regardless of baby a wakodu bia no, and I make say that you have to set a threshold our relationship with him. I'm telling you, ABI might be very difficult for you to do that, but trust me, if you do that, because I think it's a muye and base mo ba be ware muye imagine say okay ye pese ye ware no obia think say obia kan ade a ompe e de kire ne yonko. I am tempted to believe that say obia kan say okay me yes I deal with during some motion no during some courtship no you have to be able to know say nipa ne so on pay. So set those standards, set those as a threshold. Because yes, yeah, our ne so no. Yeah, and I medi kan say ukwa ware nipa no. I don't think it's a Moses side book. It was in that baby as a who disrespecting me. May you mean sanamabu bowasum. I don't think it said it was in anywhere. But be anyone who may buy say who compare or buy. Na sa who catch them say me dear oba now disrespecting me. Mebu bowasum. I don't think so about the between amount. The person is not gonna actually before sometimes we all get angry, but the way I will be see acting that and no any the X factor over here. Somehow no I see say osina chikuru no say no krese wa bo no na bo no ama ne yiri na wu a. That means say na bufuo si a ontumi control na ho. Sa bufuo no bamu a ontumi and try to make sure say okay, me buafu, let me go out of this house, of this compound. Na me free ha na menko pe baby ntina until say me bu bedwome na ma back. I don't think so yes ade no. But no, the obetimi asort out to no ane say oba bubbo oba no obebutu no. Et say videos ya me yi hwe ema ye hwe. So what you say? The only sort of one say obebu oba no. And they in the way a mema yen yesiti no mon kan hu say we were formed, even though yen nyina ye nipa, we were formed differently than the way I see bo ema. And mema ya ho odin a ye wo no oba ne te se den kra sometimes no ya na oni da ahoden obema ye kitekite kra mpo na ho odin a sometimes wo no oba no ye giant kra wan hwe ya uni saa ahoden oni saa ahoden no. But ya na ya forget thinking say omo ye size omo ye equal omo wo enough strength a omo person omo di si ya no. They have math so omo be kasa. But yeah was that strength no. Enti kai hu say you getting angry wo to wonsa ediabo oba no probably no ontimi mo bi. But kai hu say baby wo ho a obebo na and that is it. That is it. Eti bumi yan hye nso. A man na muti abusive relationship mo no a muntimi every mo no. Sister say want me ehunu and identify problem. They say this is the problem I'm a you could happen this way. By the time obi beka say Jack and as what before saying ka e bia help on brano nanka e bia no ma say ama se wanwu na ne na wada onyame ase anti saa wa nhwe yi this is what is gonna end up for you. No me nse ne so I mean ready your friend is saying yi kakra I took I was say when will you open the lines? I told mame about 6 minutes me open lines no ama maba movie me pam chow. Why Emmanuel kuma was say kuma support it because they have nowhere else to go. A dentina ima mame mbusa o sabi a dentina wunni anywhere else to go. Say Owo 5, owo 10 krampo na. Does it mean to say why useless will be asia na? Ena ade ba kwa wo sa odwene hunhun ensu hun ni say yamfa yanwo ama me bata enipa na wo ne nete no wo ya enya mu nyina na ewo mu baaye say mu nyina mo mra ayi no waka say yo throughout your years no what to me as survival from your infancy all the way to about 32 years. And now worry. Worry, you know. Worry about 2, 3, 4 years. But I want to say, how did you survive on all your years now? What were you gonna before husband and I said wife? How did you survive? Oh, and I make us say, when you don't have self-confidence in yourself, who needs self-confidence? You don't know yourself. You don't know what you are worth. Your worth. Anything biano, adie biano. Ujitum. So I don't understand. They say unya baby said mini baby ako. Dear menyeni. Why do you have to accept that as something or accept it? There is always a choice. There is always there is always a choice. So what you say? There is always a choice. There is always a choice for you, no matter what the situation. One way you free munano. Somebody will come out. You won't believe we say Abia war matin crampona. The person will still come. What decided to obey you. So there is always somewhere for you to go. You don't need to stay in an abusive marriage to die. Like the Osinachi. What I say? I mean, kind attack cracky. Attack cracky say some endure in the abusive marriage to please the community. I think to say attack the whole cano. But let me jump on it. I know correct. Me know. Show. Yes, society can be blamed. It could be part of the reason why most of them at abusive marriage. Young family say, Obi aware na wajai. No was not called worry beam, na wajai. And if I chronicle worry third time, be an uncle for start to say, we dear, worry na near jai, ya kekasa, manatspati at 23 mo. And until we decided, said, dear, may come in dear. Other one, ya may lucky a many dear. A womo and komu, they got him. Because Semisai Jai way dear society enemy babidi. The be catch them say way dear or qua warrior near Jaino or qua warrior near the Naba. But they don't know what you're going through. Almost name your reason why you left your marriage. Now nawaba. They don't know it. Even the good Bible na ye nyina krampo krofodi echi yesi so asonsom ahonhom ni nyina na hwe na choose de ye papa wo mu no. Yes, it may be say true ukọ na waba. The problem might not be coming from you oba no. The problem might be coming from a man na omukọ na omoba no. Because say to me bold say oti abusive marriage mu. I don't care about the society beka. I don't care about the sorry ebeka adi achireme. I don't care about anything. All that I care about me. Think about yourself first before anybody else. Jine wo wansa ansana obi a wo achire bia. Jine ho say me please myself and I said me please society. Society na nkasa no. Se wo please wo mo, one please wo mo. Ade bia beba wo hu bia no. They might find a problem to it. Or maybe find a problem associated to you. So why do I have to please obia or the na adwini buse sabi me de mintimint na ware ase ono. Why do I have to care about them? Omunye wo. Who feels it knows it all. Dia onim dia otini jahono onu nenim se decision nefa enti se ye ma society kan ye hye na ye my society e kase chinchina we dear okọ no waba okọ ba na ye masa de ne toye so a wobekọ akogura ba bia e wo se oje wo hu free mu no because so what when you better society say me be this is what they are going to say to me dear and no you will never prosper ubeti wanam da bia and things like this will happen to you. As for phone lines no ya bia to mu your friend is saying WhatsApp line here 50959471120. So person wo baso na also the contribution ba me pacho phone lines no e wo ho no mo yen ebie e de atomo na chese ya start e de aye adwuma ani sa eno nti no bomod na se obetimi afre na obeba mu a na waba mu bi ofra mefa wo na me ne wo edi nkomo your friend is saying ato ya bie phone lines no e de atom menya me first caller mama me mpeke no e wo aha no mo hello
Obi.
Roya
Papa.
Memo wakwaba
Yeah, now. Obi, etie fo nyina na. I think sana me concentrating na kwala na ha me bat. Obi, me who say OC society, I think I'll blame the church first. As a society ne so. Because what we say, especially young Africans no. Ye Christo somo no setting the NCSU. Said ye the Christo, Christo so much too much man. Yen to be in try there any Bible mu cry, the Abeka Bible ne and I de hire what am I say? In the church, no, so for Becca said, and I'm a deaconess, and I'm a deacon, and I'm a more sorry. This woman, Osinachi, name no ma or two are sorry. And Miss Alphonse or Kenya, Miss Amuchilanko Funtino, or Fosanko for Renesiano. Meaning it's more, but who quote the direction now, and won't it your Timo, what Timusa. Now then, I will back one solid back one can crash as a much remy. None in it, Yaku, fee now won't fear no kusu. It's a church, especially education in church, more. Not church, preaching now, woman preaching the favor of myself or no. Now, who said, oh, my members in the because members in the church is not there. What am I saying? And that church, air course, we are a lot. A Juma Komo, Etina be a Christian, but I do baby, Avram, some more can be brain, I no correct. We go Ghana Monday to Friday, a church. Instead, such church be educated for us. I Juma, now we are Juma. I want you to know to have a school. No, about or bed to the panats so Monday to Friday. Oh, we are, maybe a bill brooch, was a brashon near Montpay Wuniso. Now, said the old brooch, walk sorry Monday to Friday, a cabinet school fees in Ibi. Church has to do a lot of education because no craning a meaning abia a cheap, not anymore guas currently a Christianity. O Christo ni bia beba be sorieti ya Yesu ban no, but a high time say a begia to say Christo so no aye cheap. I say ya kakraka so a Christo ni kra na wo fere. So just a Bible nature was it to be ye to be a bold. Now you can't Christ as a ferret. But these days, instead say you be improve on our Christianity level. No, and people be breya ferret. Some because we a Christo for. Mama, you na shame me because we are not giving ourselves proper advice and training. Only my catch the woman. Right. Inside we are not me them one society, Christian.
Raya, mess with the 3 minutes in ask and I make back. Why you? I was for Raya na motin and can or no dear or say or blame church. I was about me afraid be or say or blame church. Roya say or blame church because church backslided from the needed idea I was or can't edit as mano. They don't do it. Sana Roya Eka. Me name's only in the year against idea because what Roya I don't think okay. Mami Phoebe. Asemo. Hello. Me Joso pa atani. Atame mo akwaba.
Mumini, I'm telling catch it. So, yeah, abusive. So, you blame na. Sorry, count make me a community, no, and then the culture, because yen before no, obi na can be a can and a can or see obi say ni fee or man brabo. So one kasa or life and go for the man, obi na can mother say, Unye. And na ama to see a community area no. We now my example be say bi kra na the sister bi ekwa aware bi kra wa anya sa area no mu kra no abaya bi a or the next to your neighbor bi mpa de okwa aware oja ya say the community no bombard no eni nti no kra no sa hu kra se ne so say na mo community sa na mo we mpo no na ma so ka kire say bi o mo so yini wa me so no I see this we ba na waro atranwa me ba bi mpo da enti kan ma nko ba bibia anya hwe obasesa bo ho mpae eno so na aba asore yinum but do na no ya wo fo kan because the money tete ye no eno sa hu no ase ye mu a ma hu say so owu kura na e be ma me akanti e be papa akanti be ma me tla ware ase cheye be ma me mfa nto wo de ma me no be papa na oye no so duru ba bi no jaye sa su ba no ana ku ye ni bi no enti asọrọ ndị ese bebree kwa nyiri ya ansọ kwa asọrọ but outbringing no eno bebree ka ho na yebu sa nyema no enti eno mo ndi e yen san hwe obi mu na yen ka
Ata
because according to him sister me
koso mitio na wo de wo wi ame
according to him sister is it and two sister so na sa ma no enti then na sister na ka che no because o live to please sister say all nya dey be sister na nimbe gu as say ampa mo promote ana okoye no ni nyina mu no wa disappointing me enti oya de bi a oni say oye to please the sister no enso na enti sa ne ma na ya yamfa your destiny ensha ye nsem no no na eka ho a ema you victim all times no
atana na me busa say say u blame society o ka say ebia society no is supposed to be probably blamed because of the attitude. It's one kasana wo na ebia o go through this ordeal no. Can't you lift up yourself and say enough is enough now un free mo rather than say o person will be na be catch us free mo and say we free mo.
O say obi medical can say I bring the nyama e di say ehu ade say yemu no enti some nyama tumi aye I can do spirit no the baby an ya transimo bi say so for kan kira no me ma men kan kira o me nyen kan kira be enti una wo enti ye go school ka bi kwa wa course kora no say na kan for kwa ni kisuma no enti ye osafo no wo ha na ba bo mu nyina bi bia pa so ye bia to susu mu te nipa ndi nipa na be kan no ono mu na wo ye extra die ono an kasa susu no
right okay ata mame na wase enti obetimi me wo akọ na wasan obetimi asan ba bi why
okay
all right. Yo, abusafo ye guso ye obi bese ye toatoa adwene a find out hunu say DNT na manipa still no ya na omotena abusive marriage mu obi wo ho a especially a man no na omugusu atimu a wa bra they know antena na mechia pa they know very well say Sawari we enkoye. Sawari we toxic. But still, no more that suitim. And I tell say, somehow no, me bacho jinaso kakrama me. Somehow no, society nidi ashe ye mu, society nidi ba amaye ebe kuna ye nintino. Dance ye be yourself from that bondage na ye obi bese so obi na de ma wo sese ye de hu awura mu no. Mame ma yisa embremu bim. Hello.
Obi masoya baby man if you line into no I think say if you so no before I get to the society there's a PowerPoint and get on this honey you fear money so no bit to make us say o de did not na worry no na we say if you had there you say kwa worry aye nche nkwa na wetumi akobi wo nya mo di na wotena mu obejai o de ebe yiye we so bo the fedro keke beko onye bia no asesa Oh, the empire, dear master, it's Ebusiano just to protect Ebusiani, you know, our four line, only waiting, you know. Ubana, the candy, oh, my, yes, you, young penny grass, you'll be in our real, Yabusian with it, you know. I then out the Ube J, you so. Snemu, any idea the said your man is so killing. Killing. Well, see, you're picking your map debris from the Western world, no. But the other why any woman I say you gentle. They are picking the onion. What am I say? You buy me, who say, oh, Bruni, the new man to children and what the days I what's wrong, must say. What you
Roya, who said Bruni, book. Ne yere anase any other yi action form to set video ya who be that
Debbie pa mutual understanding no my chai no moko ebusuya bi meka society bi me bisa womo obi meme ba ye hoyi enyo much ya picking your mama you know ma boy so
Roya mame mbusa wade ba the way I see ware no wrong na because it seems as so wo ware a na yakọ abusua we ababe di achi na we bechi nti say asam ne ba no na say wo pese wo yi wo free ma this pass through all these steps yi ekọ abusua we ho kọ abusua we ho wo nso na wonim de nti a utim
obi
de nti a
I think say ya one real line no the be wrong sana mi hono ya set standard amaye ho who do this age and e bisa da be na wo worry wo ye we into obi proper our really where they need 40 years no that's a need so to watch him see a better the proper if you are worried into ama wo be bratiko into the bia yesu a wo bakrom ha 38-40 years or nana abema ne mranti bremu no wetumi ahye ne ba ne yi what must say ya set standard akese ama ya mudodo na yena me bisa no mo nware ntema na den what den na e ko so bi esi wa ntina nkofo aware te maybe the yeso che de well I standard no obi too much enti wo bra na wo nyaware o se bra me bra na nya ye de metine mu sa obi le selves who relationship ma be na bo obe bi to metin and say buni kunu oba na bo no still na wotimu
hey
what now
oba obu bema de roya me hu bi da
unya koye oba ne nwa dia ni 1 year na mujai but empratry no ne de entokwa se de owo kura ba obi edi ne di be kwa akowo but the moment am be accept akoye mo nwa de no na aware no mo pese mujai
asem roya mate asemu aja me ba cho be gina so kakra e de ama me na me ready your friend say message from your friend say auntie Harriet Topon Pepra say yesterday I heard a woman that has been abused physically and emotionally for 10 years saying that she is there for her kids. I couldn't believe my own ears. I don't get it. Well, maybe maybe they know something we don't know. Mama ma Roya.
Obi eyasem pa enkwala ninti no enso ama ye wu waware ase enkwala ninti onkwala ne be basa owu be jai hwan na behwe omo
in this
okwa o mebua o what you say enkwala ninti obi mebua de me kan mebua wo ntia
eno ne excuse a Muslim no mo de ma
enkwala ninti na wotimi enkwala ninti no is also killing us na ye besremo I think say ne ya begi e ma ye nyina de say ye adwuma e meme ye adwuma enti asase mutumi mu say ye wo adwuma de bia me ka me see so no na ma se ma me ka che me ho ne say me fa mpno me wari o me ye ma de te say me ni partner say ne be ya me the other person ni ho a me ni nye den entum come in sem.
Right.
I think so you na ya fa sa de ni say enti mu a ebema brabo no akoyi ama ya want to say we need partner even though we about to work like you don't have a partner na wo na wo hwe nkwala no. What the American say? We about when you do that now, Emma Bibi, when you can forget about what people will say. Let's forget about your Bibeka. Who we are, those same people who come and write rest in peace. One man, oh, me as a Christians, na ya against say Obibe Jai our reno. Omo na sorry, and the one more cancer say and go heaven. Minya Christo ni, minya ba. Utima forget mofraninti. Forget the say busunya penny be banon be jani atwani apaucho no obo ne obesanya bo.
Right, ujidi say.
Sorry.
Ujidi say. Say I was say sorry muno. They have to be able to put it said no. Counsel no I was say omo kan say omo ko counsel omo catch omo say. Mumienu se ba ko start say or abuse ba ko a. That is the threshold. And what's
of course, all the counselors, I think say, they need to review or cancel because there be many or more nyaju.
I think
the idea yet there were marriage munkwan and Muslim I mean me want me family dear. As a walk over the catch us I want a yadi who could easy my easy amount. It's maybe family dear and 70% of their counseling should be near ma 1% or better. It's a cutting in it on us to also be so Betsy and our pa. And no matter 2 hours and we catch them you, we catch them monka. The only way to face as a counselor catch them no. Money no momoka dear, then dear, they are going to say no be any at work and some. Yapamo chow. Most of some problem nibi. We a problem nibi. Obi, I am very sad. Now, men, any man, when man so woo them, and men may woo papa, and men man so woo pa. Stroke, waba the brain, your man, if you so you can't hold. You can't hold your mom, Mackenzie. You can't hold pa. Papa. It's young, so you can't want me because young, so you are, Jenny. No cry about it. Ya no so moyen ka no kate be ya no moyen uma ye mua de ya no ne kan tu kaka
na say royal
na won si ano no ya no adi we sa bebe bu a on tin ne nsa kura no anhwe ya na asema ba mo so me ma ne so e ko ba be sa wo de pie na ya no ne de sa de tie ye sa ne nyame boyen enti ya na sa ne tie wa ye pa mo chew ya no ne de mu de akire de de nsem bebre beba ebi ana wo pe wo yere na wa akwato ampa ho ebi ana no ayare dada ebi ana bibi ye na wa akobọ no na pe na fi wan so biem ye pa mo chew aya na manya abutre e de amaye e ma yan so ya amome ye greeting in and out aye we say ye beba form na me ma no ankoye ampa ho nti obi besanya bebi
Mate Roya medase pa abzafo opesa obamu a your friend say e kwan e wo ho ade ba ko a me pese me ka another a year me for say e bia e beboa in the churches no answer na obi be call counseling our mu counseling no e was say ense churches no e fa say obi wo ho no mo a oye obi a wo church no mu na se yehu se ebia na okeka bi ni ade na ye de counselor amano se ono na ontu awarefo afo without say ontu mi enko proper training so what ma say formally no ontu mi enko training enko g se bi ni certificate bi enkuta ma yenhu se yes nipa we are passing through the necessary training na obetimi dia counsel nipa no I think say when the church starts to at least those who are qualified to be their counselors are beboa ama se aware ba o manimu a so what you say aware ninya ba they will be able to tell so they na your friends are royal canon because it looks as if the churches you know because they want to keep almost a congregation you know omo mpese omo beka adie bia sabi adie bia ya hintasem in our rear eye basically no the real thing na a woman no person be catch a woman into no omo be ka sweet words ne nko ade a kire mo. But I think say yes mbacha obetimi afre line no e wo so ba for obetimi afre phone lines no wo so and I say unim me normal phone no ba for mbacha obetimi afre. I think say so wo hwe aware pa, to be honest with you no. So what is say me and that's all hwe aware. Most of the time no ya na and your ma enye de no do so say de no. If I'm not mistaken, ebia wo de always no wunya no so chi da bia de no nko ana ebia wukom every day bia no de no nko ana eye we na wukom, but who perse who good experience about marriage. I think it's any ma ebia nya de no be do so asen de do so no mo yemfa ata
Obi
wo ne me be ya adwene ansa na wo de na ba no ugidi se aware mu no kam ya ye se enioma enyono no do so se de no.
oh minya abrabom no nkra no fake do so stand original enti no correct.
Asebo
but Obi no wasam pa ba ko na say 2 points be say nka say ma bi nya sade wat ni ma bebre ho in partners ye bom no so no so ma ye be bia bom ya save bom ye be bia bom ti say o free mo oni say wa lose.
oh na say ate eye mutual ayi ni ye koye ya ye ade na bom na say ye free mu a I know aha nipa abrofu so omasi to dan abom kra omu jaya de omu ton dan no na obi ade ni sika ko ni baby.
Oh, we are talking about African community. How about that law? No, law never in some. The law is at work. You could me pacho me slow jama and kano and then kasa. So and Sunday man and do so also me some car for no or no ka just say what me o samba fia me who gonna may yase and it's a threat no mama me ko da man ba ngada. One time na so who a me may because papa bi a bobo and dia na ketua bi another band dia na ketua bi nti ohu me say you say well life ni na e depend e o man aso no enti me ba no dia asa odna man say die slave time no ya go asasa ade no and Sunday man count enti is a new day say yenya new idea say church no na yenye say men so side of
Matiata medase mpacho betimi asan be. All right. Ata said the ata can say awofo no most of the big crampa awofo no kran so ka ho because omo catch re omo mama ne say wunim na wokọ na sa wo san aba besi enko besie wo san kọ eba besi efie ha no mo a ene me wukra me ma that means say psychologically no eno ka psychological abuse ni hu bi because awofo wo ba kwa aware na wo kase a kire that means say yekuna ontra o me yankunu te se de osinachi atena ho ya me yakuni pepe eti se de osinachi gospel musician atena ho ama yakuno ba fo mpacho betimi afre back why mesre wa ma me ready ba fo ayi a ode abayi I will say religion and culture plays a major role when it comes to domestic violence. I will elaborate on that when I call. But for Mate, me bacho frame me sisia. But what na frame me na ebema mi hunu dintia. Culturally no. Me bao culturally no. How does it contribute? If I may ask, Mrs. Bakope Michao, what I say? Culturally no. Ye culture no. How does it contribute? Because titinina no culture say our rejay wo. Enti contribution I did ba mu say ebema ni partner abusive marriage. And I don't think say your culture actually support to say abusive marriage no chinchina tinemu. But for what you say, I really don't think so. But for Abba, my Mimbusano, but for
Opani,
me that was a Michao.
Mr. Michiawani at Tifonia before. As something dear, a very extensive topic, you know. But my name goes straight to the point. When it comes to domestic violence, religion, any culture plays a major role. My member religion also. Opa sorry be. Bet me about sorry be Diana because
Bet me about the Nasa sorry no Omunya Yetimbo.
Very good. Opa sorry be to say Church of Christ. Omo separation ko omunyi ni na divorce crab. Divorce crab and there's a woman some John went through. Oko Church of Pentecost. Almost God hate divorce, which is control by the way. So in sorry, your word now. Child try to the say what God has put together, no man should put asunder. When you put empower body be put it together, be a week. Any baby as when you put no have share obi obana bema. Now you agree to be in a relationship and then marriage. And yet when you put any put it together. And to my member, the topic now so say. Yet make us say religion plays a major role in the say. Also, nature, sorry, I okay, the soft one. Emra or T rumors be said or the saying, and have relationship issues and marital issues, no, or be not preaching be. Now, the very first statement to make it and say, there is absolutely no divorce in the church.
Hey,
but I don't tell you, yes.
Okasa
Or make his statement, the video is out there. Or say, absolutely, there is no divorce in the church.
Okay.
And you know, so Oko Asori be saying that's your show cry now. And some say they falsely indoctrinated you, say, oh, you're Christian, and that's what Asori I want to be divorced in it. You wouldn't even think about living that abusive relationship. Now, Mamma, when we are having all Baba damage control, say, you're going to call hospital and you follow up and say. And but if only for which you. Some the course so bit is a Church of Pentecost. Near the shame between say divorce when you hate divorce. One casano, the church will ostracize you, meaning say, so called Christopher, better from one also. And you know, obi our son, naive to say, or Senachi ya, no to me a bonus, family, and you know, the tea may obi me a sorry, me jay a cratchet. Because me my help watching sorry too well in New York, but there are certain philosophies and certain church doctrines in beer and make sense. And make sense, but this is the basis of the church. This is the foundation of the church. So God hates divorce. And you know, so baby Tim, so baby Timuna, so baby abuse, and man also abuse me many view.
And then who be that honestly?
Oh, baby, I can't domestic violence and your physical. Emotional, psychological.
I
so
understand
many
that.
ways. Oh, yeah. So, and you know, so Obiko sorry be now say, or so for no, and also sorry no doctrine say, Yankupon God hate divorce. How can they come out of that situation? They cannot come out of that situation. So I ask you, and you know, so also for you, also not so for you, Baba damage control saying, now we didn't know said this and that, but you're trying to give you saving a life, or you're hypocrite. Or you're straight up hypocrite. We say about 95% of the churches will tell you, say, God hate divorce. And you for some monka. So God also hated divorce and God did not put nobody together. God did all the wife who no question over baby, and then Yami Bian and they will put it together.
And you pass say you mean friend no.
Oh, I don't know just I don't know
the Becky can be
language is linguistic. So what you say? When you read the Bible, when you read any literature now, you have to, the way now the language is written, any one interpretation, no one is but before we have an World Cup say, say you word in Pokrana, or something be no reading scripture be what God has put together, no one should put asunder. You decided to make your side chick as your wife. I say God has put that together. No, God has not put nothing together.
And then somehow can yes.
Oh, but we can't because also sorry can try to any panache. So Wobi, It won't come to planning nipa. As I said, with all due respect to them, now concern. Yes, so yeah, you see a bit and I say they apply common sense approach when it comes to interpretation of the Bible. So what we see our old girlfriend being as you rekindle and you want to marry her. One also working relationship and then you could be and put together. Who we see and then you go left and so right. And you know, when we are clear on this situation, say, nipa also know people can deteriorate. Maybe every one shall say, hey, nipa be brave worry more mental health issues. I'm telling you, nipa be brave, ma be brave, ma be brave. And so no, Christianity will spiritualize it and demonize it. Instead of them seeking mental health services, instead of them seeking proper counseling. Now, maybe can be said, and as my brother can be said counseling, the church counseling. No, yeah, now there are some elders in the church. I want your professionals.
I mean, and I may explain this.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Obi, I wait me for example, because my warrior Jaja. So I say. Because the said,
Bafo unim. Mame ma unko na san bra bi Mr. Onenkofo wa de na chi mame ma o so another it is abra bi. Ana say mame ma link na now the bra so live so open is answer there.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, we ba cho sa go back. Mate. As for Bafo I very why wild pa say the church no Roya, you were supporting Balfour on say culturally, no. You blame some things, on culturally, no. In what basis? Huh? In what basis are you trying to tell me? Say your culture now probably be a woman, no, encourages any public na abusive marriage, mo. In what basis now? Bet me nza. Manya antina was my main fan na yentwaso. Anana.
Hello, Obi.
Anana me mo akwaba.
Yeah.
Nyamiadum boko na elsewhere.
Yes, so
the radiation.
Yeah, what do you phone?
Obiajo so.
Yeah, bro, your casa to see a member. No, I can be sir. I can't say. And what dear you say? I say God hates divorce, no. And pain your 30. And Mr. Bible, Bible confirms that what God has put together, no one should put asunder. Now, God hates divorce. God will not support abusive marriage. Yes, I never really say Adam ni Eve. Yeah, who said Adam turns out with Eve so. Now, the baby can be now the men can so in your mouth for the say on this occasions Osinachi answer me I salute Christian Love.
Okay, then okay. Oh, say okay.
Christian Love not the okay yet the action of living the marriage.
Okay.
So yeah, I said a bit more society pressure. And because you can say gospel singer.
Right.
And also is the same. But when you say Christian Love, I don't know. You know what the question can feel what they say. But when you say you're abusive, it can maybe it might not be physical abusive, but it might be emotional or mental or psychological. All these things are part of abusive or financial crime. Nipa people to be through this. Sometimes we'll go a while, or bet me a play mental a bet me do mental health. Now, so no untouchable or your body, and you need a physical evidence to show say what boo and I say what proud and I say. Now, obvious for me, I am a rehopa because this week, me share a yibi from Wadam Q
Kwaku
or the Q Kwamiana.
Kwaku.
Kwaku, yeah. Or show a yibi na some kakra, or yeah, you know. This man, extra iron and what they body.
Oh, I'm saying maybe start may probably no be show here, but I don't know say by you yeah. But no, and yeah, I don't think it's as and conform the to I really don't think it's a true he say or no. That is how I'm at say the money been a record na almost show. But
yes, what could tell baby, no, Sasa, Yaki or Panavia, no, according to just a Yaki Panavia, come out and show a year or whatever, baby, a kakra. So you want no say you want no because the same thing, no. And then I watch it. I solicitor be as a lawyer, Ghana, Africa, the Dhaka lawyer be a clip or YouTube. No, cast away. Nyakwan I interview Krano. Now Krano, the Baba I catch the say. Papa no the two which you say Obo Oba the right thing to do. Meeting a woman is the right thing. Just one bombard your mind with all this false no say straight away no correct and say no, it's wrong to touch a woman's skin. And our planet to me say so Obo Mammy Cran what the with me, I catch a Muslim and so. No more refuse to swam your bro or until says in Emma every year no be said Papa can happen as some quiet at your mammy those said they are not willing to do that. Nana can be said whom we blame instead of person be sasa.
right.
There may be not blame on the same. May blame on everyone who knows anything and they couldn't do anything to help the situation. Maybe the woman was tangled, but then sometimes and I see a casa will be maybe I'm restricted, I cannot call another report to the police, but my child don't sit on it. I'm crying for help. The different reporter Emma you please maybe the Siki and the family also I blame them because all the sources or copying I can almost no a call back so on corner and what they are saying. Some cultures and no mammy maybe to you want because a Ghana for we've been blessed because in Nigeria I'm blaming, but then still it will be culture until I have to be careful and sensitive on what I'm going to say. Some Nigerian films are we are now obi and wabi see for you more and I say you or no can be and I say that one was at all. Or culture not just say what were you or be crying say ya must say ya coffee. I should do Nikra that's just if you're near Yana Yaka day was I know so I proud. This is my married my husband's house, like what he had. And to make crap on the master, you crew fear me, most common crew feel not walk upon him. A coach be a young war 2 months whether good or bad, that is almost shame. Now, none of the says, be not all these things, maybe a very reflect will be near the one no more to change certain things. And it's so painful. Yes, sister, Christian, I love Diana making. Make us a man with the 2 4 need age now because say the Pakraba cancer society, a best is for a moment. Dear Christian, I love dear by dear the hungry anchor. And so for and that one of year in another beam, and now were you free at Tonanium, at the point of time, maybe I say whether good or bad, we Jenny Panqua, Yebeka.
Correct.
But what would tell you no one I wouldn't him
I said, who feels it knows it all.
Don't sit there and die.
Correct. Okay. Anana, mame, mame, maunfa wanu ensi ha na mpacho obetimi asan afrebium na enkofo we cheese so ba mo so emre bi wa me da se pa. All right. Mate. Usafo yeguso said they make no mama ready messages in kakra because eba no e wo se metumi everyday na yetoa eso said ye kano ata cracky the by say or say we need emancipate from mental slavery. Yeah, I think so. What no I was say we have adwuma. Honestly speaking, you have to. I was a one kasa no crampo no oye wo aduro. You have to. That's how you wo aduro. Because one you wo aduro, I said na me kan say if you don't know yourself pretty much well, you don't have a standard. You need threshold. Say me them threshold. When you don't have data, bibia bebe bia no beji atum bibia be go overboard bia no huni say normal Roya
Papa,
me pacho san brem yes
Oba Broche, Miss Rewo, what was that Obanyam? Na ne basa nhyɛ n'akyi na okitania mana obroni be me di n'akyi da
da bio aha de nya ni sa
yo what was that obroni ba bi a wo kana ni kun boss pa what will be that a culture enslave a culture ma a member yes so superior to the extent say obania no kura say obeke bibi oba mu ade oba kire na adwea oba mu ade e dia de kire se be me ntuma emo na obo so na wo de ko be bi a enko hwe ibaro obi ye fie chi and ye yes for abrofo na e dey slaves yankasa kasa ye crew ye slaves ye slaves e ba o be kura die kura be ma e na jikura wa abrochiri obi nyamu na ya amujikura
ha de
mo na mamu afi na yesu ya kakra wo ye crew enti ye die ye crew mo ya Africa die enioma sei kwa na die ko wo mu enu nti na dodo na no abuse no eye ma na enye mema because oba betumi abu kunkura usuro ese be ma ne bo no o so bo ka na woni ano obe da akoka obe ye den wo koka kire mwan wura sore dem nso a yes ya oba sei enti no ma bebre ko so me say culture any ye religion no die ko people for cross side o people ni o ware ni nyanko ayi kremonia oya de se from bebre na no hwe no so no ware bi nso kora ka no so nkate what no atwa kuro mu ni na hia tom ayi eburo a ya che we are no different family no ako ni na baby e no ware no it's again the church or them a warm no when the view say no be pull uniano that's how abuse kura na wonni mwa 9 months na le they make it as a kind of the here then say bro omo na suma asa we so abono we kura sasa we kura ye ka ho asem wo media this because we ye broke second as you do you go so it's your society no your culture no your church your religion I mean any your culture na be no kre edu ni kuyen ni anhwe ni ye nyanchichira ho na ye de ni o ma chichire ye ho na ye bebu society nti bra ye bre wa brochire society nti obitu
Roya, you know, article. I draw me chiao, me sende, you know, edemao, sende bibia demao, but them say na why busy nti went to me and join it me and net, but anyway, I know say, ye na ye be try na ya communicate me that say, me mawakwaba, and so I draw me mawakwaba. Justina, me chiao, why late the why be pa and and no and so and no woman mention I don't know that say bam and bam my dear brother ba for a champon wa mawo and sembo papa was it there okay no ne kwan so and I want to be more greetings to you bro Obi panelists and viewers on this platform I tell you me chia say them no okay no but minim say them say unwie we na me send link no but I don't know same say na unya nwie we but it's all good ye kusu ayedi enkomo yeah na royal kase ye culture no enso so part of it ye culture no eputu ema down menne no ya adwene initially no na I think say na me pese o kire emu ye de kire na ye hunu whereby eto chema ewo ho madam Beatrice go no Michia or say, sorry, I couldn't come. I will watch and replay. Mate, Madam Genumi Dasi. African culture, no. There be a meka. Say, your society, your culture, and your system na no. In favor ma. And it's only African kwane wo. Who call Western weather and tisa. Swat masi. Your party yanka say the whole culture. Mean to a dean say the whole culture ni nana ye wono and no in favor ma. But I will say some party be in favor ma. Yes. I don't know matana haka say we are not equal. Whether we like it or not, no, you're equal. A man and mema, we are not equal. But there are certain enyoma bi wo mua. There are certain enyoma bi wo hwa. Said ye na royal air canon. I think it can be amended. Say ye ni mo a yebetimi asua. So what you say? Say ye ya e mema etimi buma na ekokodru baabi krampo na ya brabra so ya ne kataso miumu aso aka say o we de nya hwe. Ya gia to mu say obema betimi abuse oba enu ntini nya hwe. It doesn't happen here. Untumi because awu kwa ya do be kokot ye be jeliu. It is no. US ha sa wo mpesa wo benya asemo a wo pesa wo tena US ma wo to wo a man and kola take them out. If you have any abuse, whatever it is, take them out. Now hunto sentisa to mean sinikumuha. Enti mibusa se a dentina Africa and kwana this kind of a nyoma etimi koso without as if say nimpenimphobia. I said the yeni law bia or baby. Ebeba ye bechi womo, but ye chi womo they somehow come out. Emsabe back biem. Don't ye need stringent say when you are a maya wohona protected a ma ye see omo ne do mu mine ene enkola omo ye future na a mine enkoso because who my two oma jeje mu my ye omo de ye pe bia who are going to be your future say a man and kola a man omukuta a mino omu and ekuta so shemwa a man also say mema so that means he said they represent a lot enti na me busa say a man kasankasa omuhono can they stand on their own nana yewo a ma agencies bebre it's supposed to protect them but oman kasa omuhono esan ye omo enemies. Man and agencies na a wohono it's their own enemies because we call agency no na anaso be call baby no oba ne da no but se de ade na ba se ebia oba bi e call abuse man ka you susu se anka ono no be boa no omwa no kwan se de esisi a wo se oboa sa ade no so what you say enti the dynamics no ya create in a culture basis akwakoye se tan bia no ye de ema ekofom enti it can bring all these abuses na ewo marriage mu no woman kan your friend is saying messages in the kakra ewo ahanomo na yentoa so but for say our culture is embedded in our various religions. They work hand in hand and only benefit the few opinion leaders. I can relate to that. I can think say a bit me true. Ajua does say true talk, brother Obi. We can never be equal indeed, but need to respect each other and set clear boundaries. That is what I said. That is what I said. I said you have to have a standard. We are banner now. You have to have a standard. I also win your threshold. That threshold, you know, if say it's a trap, then you know that this is a danger for you. Obi or respect will never ever. So what you say? They will never almost encore to that far. We lay grounds, everything. Or say that dysfunctional mindsets, hypocrisy, double standards, lack of accountability, foolish enablements, and greater within our society and communities. That is what I'm saying. There are no maybe we have to let it go. As an Africans, we have to let it go. We have to let it go. Yenyi sadien free or na entumi mwa emputu things in order. Yanyamwa emma enye slave they are omonyamwa. So what I say? Omonyamwa emwa ne yebu omu toto ti said ya ode ode oyire betena fie na wabono na ade ba kwa ya na menti ase ne se emma na kasa bi no de wa na me kasa ne se obi wo ho a ose ono de yebu na ene ope obi wo ho a ya bu na wie no no wasan ya wo fufuo e de abi asi ho ama be ma ne se onsa amra medi to such a person. Look, can you imagine? Roya.
Obi.
Yes.
As some way say and well, maybe some me who are saying be. I'm starting from a bro for I mean I'm worry now they start a bro minimum say a queen. Now maybe some me who say the society no and Africans and American wasn't. They already say you be adopted situations and how we man.
I didn't know.
Yes, question me be some. Who must say yes, sorry, ya, you be a jawari. You go problem, but it's never say, yeah, no, do limit to be a who say any young son, ye jai. But Obroni, your babu tree, and your name, ya, ya, but it will be brave. What you separate, no, be out for you, the homework ye, you come back, and I'm a boy.
Omo crowd yes ni don free mu kete crowd let alone so be bono obeka cho say no afi wo hu so hompe obi mo ojai no ko ne ba
enti no ye decide here no em say eni ye ho nti no ama ya aya aware ye nya aware ye nya na jai na be ye bosom bi what you say if you to me momura bosom nu nkum bosom no nti no ye nya separation ni the same fin a ebebe bi no ma di omo akasa you know what me person separate kakra na you say na obi e ko na ye get back to ourselves mo ko na mo be bi na ohwe ne nko ya na we jai
that makes me ask you Roya I said do you think it's enka aware na nkasa na also enka ye contract
well say say contract bi na ka say mo so mo bi.
Oh, send ya one there. I mean, that is part of it. It said there. Ukwakoto your friend is a player. Say omra me bobo. Player ni say goes to the mawana. Afe bedu be now force be untumi bi ma. Untumi nka say well goes now share no san getting it back. I don't think so.
Benefit na be mu enjoy. Whereby we may be a motion palani we ba mo wi oba we jagu oba ne so ko be
say contract no
contract is fine
Roy contract yes
say the word wow many parties start support for the chairman
and I make can say contract no o sign there are clauses a room. Just the same thing goes in. Say, okay, yeah, our
paperwork in every year, contract. I see a bit of no have to say the we are pleased in each one. I just cannot say,
Roy, Tio. Say, grandpa in your contract and said, the air cost one air cost. And why not to say any sign ye? A dear in your contract, yeah, can't once in me. It is a still abuse in a kumu. So what you say?
I answer more abuse, no. When I you be can say who chimpana or bema na for bad account. And may mark one more bromo na mu yesi bema ne ya moses in your back near the bema yatana. And yet let you say who my young bon quadruzium. Where the 18 to 35 years now are and I make you be a funny sour check. And I will say, as long as we shall be do, that man one or bobby. Then so for sure, Bewaremi. And you're worried that Brody is a munipa. Obi me boy. Obi me boy.
A boy say a brono and communipa, be a
Brody and munipa. His society was out of the country. A kum will be to the air king. na me ne wo ka sɛ obi nso tu ne ba fo sɛ buro nkum ni pɛnti ɔtena wokun fie na wadwane afiri hɔ aba na ɔtena kɔ ne nkwalaa ne nti wankɔ nkwalaa ne bɛbɛyɛ de wankɔ ɔbaa foforɔ bɛba abɛhyɛ hɔ enyuma a wode na yɛwu begya ne hɔ agyimi o ka homa kɔ ba wate aseɛ meke nso so no ɔte hɔ no abuse paa ebu ɛnyɛ physical ne koraa deɛ me koraa deɛ emotional ne kum nipa koraa sen physical physical deɛ sɛ ne yɛhu a yɛke na emotional ne kum nipa yɛte ne yɛaka emotional abuse emotional abuse wow ehu sen sɛ yɛde ɛyi no ayɔ ne bɔ ehu wote hɔ na wakoma na wo so sɛ kyɛkyɛkyɛkyɛkyɛ te sɛ ne yɛde biriba hye bi ahyɛ omu na ɛwɔ so emotional abuse ekum nipa gidi moma yɛnka ho asɛm ne yɛmmɔ dawuro ne yie ne yɛnte aseɛ sɛ awareɛ nyɛ nkyekyere o ɛnyɛ force society na yɛama wokɔ Africa ɔbaa mfa aduane nsii so a bɛrima te wadura nwummerɛ bɔtere no wɔsɛ momfa nwummerɛ aduane so so na ɔmokɔ spa baabi a ɛbɔ spa to kyakya seɛ bɛrima nko a ɛna ɔmo yere no mu te fie na ɔma brɛ na ɔpamo akokɔ na ɔpamo wei na ɔkata so na wagi apɔnkye bɛkade fufuo mu na ɔyɛ sɛ go there and see how they are suffering. Odi wie na nwumere du ɔso wɛ nkwan no kra nti twɛm no aboro agu so.
Right, mate, mama ma onko na your friend is will be for friends so emra why. You ajo me ma akọ ba.
Me je wo so me nua be ma me chia wo ne adofo nom ne atiefo nyina.
Yeah, Joso pa, me patcho ma men kind one your friend is
no problem.
Yeah, na mama wa ba mu na face so wa ba be ye. Before say the foundation of our thinking system from our culture and religion. That is where the problem comes from. Okay, onwa biemu osa say Obi, funny enough, the marital contracts are made in those churches during wedding ceremonies, and people accept that as till death do us part. That means he said, "Wajia to muse uomu and the betty muntemu." It is a nipano brewer kuma. Also timi kum and san a wuna to timuntem. And this idea, Obon is somebody, no, there be a baby or befebia, and it's a what so. Sanima win and I make casse. I think it's here counselors are almost qualified in churches to give counsel, to be able to tell what is the truth until any panel bekwaku our remo.
Okay.
Ajo memo akwaba mame emao enchia enkrofo na fe to aso mame.
Oh, meje was me nua be ma me chia tena me kan me chia adofo nom ne anuanom nyina na me chia won so brother Obi ene wadwuma a wo ye te say enuama bi say aya esi a aya na ahomte earlier na me wrap it up nti na me hwehwe wo link no under Obi GH series say now they are sending me the other nti na me hu baby I was sending no nti see na me figure out baby I was sending no eko na bra me baba ko ba your friend brother Frederick Tiki or say to say mami wu and stop abuse asem no kran so no kan so and a brother ba for example apomuti saying you connect yache or say the foundation of our thinking stems from our culture and religion. That is where the problem comes from, which is really sad and difficult. It's I say who country ni brofo and I said tree.
Me pacho we wait me diafra it doesn't matter.
The aya din ewo your your society no your community no mo say send entity ye enum ni sese baby a nyamesom akodru no wutimu se bibini and lack of so many coping skills and nyoma bebre wo hono ma bibini si na ni abie but bebre before bebre no obi wo ho a watu kwan enso no nani mie nkrase nyoma no ene atete kwansam no ene adwenfo ne adwen tantan no eda so wom ye pene saa for ya mfa antetemefo no to say
the trauma na ye mu bi akom because ye susha me kwatena some family members wo maame ne papa tu kwan no ti se yetimi ebro esan se wo kasa dodo yetimi bro esan se ti se wunhu o akwara wo kira akwara de ebro nkira akwara de so ahu enti se wo ebia wo ti fie bi mu na hu se papa maame edi esi ni edi belt bo ne ba enfian anase maame de frying pan ehwe ne ba echi ne batrim enom ne ade the damage we causing to our children no we see for better or for worse, right? Or until death do us apart. For better or for worse, the worst part n'inkyerɛ sɛ bɛrima akɔ cheat na wo da so te ho. The worst part, it comes from outside. It doesn't come from within the marital home. So, enti say obi a woni neti, and now the worst part, causing you pain, beating you up, putting you down. Yes, Sister Roya can be, and I love it. Say no, me who se Ghana for no, and ma bebre, and mani be, any mani be no, omusiande. And they're using their words, to empower people. When it comes to emotional and psychological aspects, emotional, it starts with verbal abuse. Because a bema and I say nipa wuhuka for ansa na obetu ne nsa abono e sha ase from wuhu nyefe why kesu dodo wetu abom me ni odoma obiem wuhu ya metan wuhu ya minyan chese obeka ebedru baby no one kasa no emfa hu say we are educated, we are breadwinner, we are independent or dependent, but most of it is said the high number near obia or no to say bia we so dependent into bema no make every decision. Ye mema be brain pe and ma independent because ye moving on ya swording rough open ya and pem so ye mema ni bi no they feel intimidated by ye money bi no we have empowered ourselves. But to say we are saying say what we are say now we feel say who here esen wo ho kafo and our bands what our riem and I say busuani and I see a sofo bi minimu emra ya sofo num ebe ye ye nyame omo na se say no omo gi aware cancel aware because there's a reason why America they have a psychologist,
right?
Because they are trained to cancel people who have been traumatized, who are who are addicted to drugs, who have sex addicts, who are being abused. Pastors are not trained to deal with such matters. Bible mono enka a lot of abuse because in quantity 200,000 years ago, no, this behavior poor characteristic. Say Obama wahuodin 10 times stronger than Oba. Na say wu now we are so coward and weak to the point. Is say won't come be man toko. Ubu young ubu Oba. And you want to be respected. You find yourself being the guy, man of the house. And yet, excuse me, you were pussy. You're not a man. Because no man with values, principles, love, care, understanding, who can use their words to empower their woman. You see, behind a successful man, there is what?
A woman.
That's right. And Maya Yamokon said, "Will con anyone who within means so. We are your helpers. And ma, we're not responsible for anybody, our husband's happiness. Happiness comes from within. Everything starts with us, self. So we will be now won't focus on yourself now. Self, when you go to sanctuary model now, S is for safety. E is for emotions. L is for loss. and F is for future. But then in other scientific, cell stands for different things. So you have to know where you're coming from, how you understand self. My safety is my first priority.
The name kind of way in so say you have to know yourself.
That's
You
right.
have to know what you are worth.
Yeah.
Wealth. You have to know
correct.
yourself and sana will be also who threshold that war.
No, correct.
But what was
Most definitely. Our mental, emotional stability is what sustains us. And I make us assistant Royal talk about emotions. The most dangerous abuse is emotional and the psychological abuse. But the emotional, where does it stems from? It starts with verbal abuse, and then it develops into emotional, because asama nipa ka kire wo no say no waka na enu na every time bia wo dwen ho ntino you accept it. Once you accept it, it becomes part of you. So you find yourself being worthless. You find yourself being at fault. You find yourself causing every problem. You find yourself walking on the shelf because it said, "Ufo say no okay. Me na me ye na me kun bombe. Me na me ye na me kun mistreat me. Enti die ye se me ye bia na be ma no mfa ne nsen kame no. E na se me nuanom me na fofo nipa a ebetimi aboa me na mayi me ho afri sa situation no se me kun apam o ma afri me ho a. For me to stay alive, I have to behave myself. I cannot trigger me kun. But yet, Bema bia, Bema no, why coward and a weak person, So, no, Bibia, in fact, when you obey, or just say, Bibia will be a bia, will not tear credit me provoking. Where do you near one etimi provocuno? Senchini nquanima etimi provocuno. Any reason, one sense you are manama hopronensa, it will provoke him. And or no abuse no. Ni go ni say most of them are narcissists, right? Go ni say they have to control you. Dear war or no feel say everything has to be about him. You are not important. You not worthy of the empathy or sympathy. They don't have any compassion within their bones. And you don't think say at some point, Nyankopon be through with your prayers for that person to change. In order for me to change, my husband can never change me no matter what he does for me, unless he send me a do, I make the decision to change. We can never change each other. And when you see the red flag, wo chimp na be man no munsa wotimi ebo obeka so wan sheda no wabo. Please take your shoes and run. Don't walk, run. The red flag, don't think say you are different from the other women. The other women, they wanted to survive, so they walk away. You are no different from other women, okay? Every woman is uniquely made. Every man is uniquely made. But people, choose to become what they want to become because they think say they are better than other people. I don't allow people to look down at me because say I don't see anybody being greater than I am. So anything you can do, I can do it if I put my mind to it. Right. We are our own miracles. Chrysostom interese be ye Jimmy for. Chrysostom interese because of suffer no. Nyame hum na be sure suffer nim no. Hum ye nyankopon ne hum no enim ba. So I want to no. Hum ni on having sex, they don't do any of that. They don't deal with fresh. So enti wo suffer no wo ye nipa semia. Se wo ko sunsum wiase me bompa ye se wo sunsum wiase na wo ko ene wo ntro na wo di achem nyame mma wo nka sunsum wiase ho no. So I want to no because me se me ti sunsum wiase a unye nyame nipa. Baby. Why say yanko aye mamu bibini a won sum nyame da bia wo ko sunsum wiase se ne wo kan ye no third eye. Una abeka kire me se me maame ye be fo na maame tam onyim me no. A wo mi ana me ye nge ansa na me betna ase awia no. When kumi I was vulnerable then when kumi na se amaye ya amenya baabi esi ese me hwe me maame no wo sofo bi a wo free se tokro ben mu se hefa no wo be ka chem se me maame ye beifo na me hard work a me de ye no me di ama wo sofo no na wo sofo no wo nya adwuma wo di ahwe wo maame no aka kire me say me church member ne say me maame ye beifo na me maame wo me no miti besi fo ma na I said my dream no nyankopon de abesi me to enti can function say who suffer you they need to teach win souls and be truthful,
right?
Aye kromu you have 4194 akronfo ayi omo enka nokre obi a ono obeka nsem a ye adwen no a eda yetim nyankopon de nti ode adwen ne ma ye ne se o se adwen onim se wiase se ne nipa tie obi betimi ne wo atonsa didi ene ochina obeto wadura kun
Right.
di enti ne basa nipa no se ne yete wonom we go through emotions enti obi wo honom a emotions na wo go through it no wakọ social media akọte wo bema bia no say bema bi wo honom a wo ye so loving and caring relationship okom no anko yi ama no enti di akoye ne se wakọto sofo bi anase nipa bi a ono no wa auden ne ho anase bi a wakọto obi anu asem betena ho say wo ye bema ma oba mfa so odi nkwasi asem abobọ na som ne ye sei Menji ju oba so pe emema your society emma your kwasi ene mma bebre da emema bebre ya ashawofo sa na mma ni bi ya ashawofo obi se be me nchiti meme chiti emma chiti ebi mu yusu Solomon ene King David aha me no me ka kire mi kun ene mi nua be ma ba ku because I am me kofa cheating da na omo de sre me omo King Solomon am si here until so obe ware ma 700. Now I've trimmed 300,000 women at the same time. No, don't talk to me about such things. I don't want to hear it because I won't mean you. Don't talk about it. Ye mema bebre, they want to have side chicks, but they don't want to be married to two women because they are incapable of taking care of them financially. Some of them are abusing their breadwinner wives and abusing them and killing them, not allowing them to grow old, not allowing them to see their grandchildren, and then we have to be receptive to it. And mother also see what business do you have? Teach, raise your child, your sons and your daughters to be caring and loving. Raise your sons to be treating their women like queen, and raise your daughters to treat men like king. Our peace of mind is more important for me soothing you, your desire. Adia ye say ye peno, and no ye beti me we can live without it. A DSC ye wareni and ye who ye mubi. As a wood go days without drinking water, our body will fill with water. When you are dehydrated, now you will die. That's a need. Water is a necessary thing that you need to have. Obi o horse me numunsu. Ono anasema. So ahum. Enti nneoma bebre wo hɔ no ma ye ya. Yenti ase ba wo no asori fo bebre Christopher Christosomfo omo kwa asori a enye nyame na omo som no omo som omo asofo. They worshiping mere human because they are the sofo beka and obetie or sofo bitimi ka kire na sorry ba se me ko sunsun wiase no awo a wonwo no nyame se me ne wonna na me mie kwan ma wukun you decree wa dwen adwuma na kwada ho wa bie wunam ama wo sofo ene wada ebu atopa de enwu so oba warefo how
asemo
oba epekun out of desperation wutimi ene sofo anasa sorry panyimu ebida so ahu emma ene mma ekun esan se wukun akotwempena me kun kwatwempena me ni oba no me ni asemo because enya oba no na ba me ma ware fie be ye me kun lie. My husband went outside and did that for himself. And my problem is with my husband. In order for a third person to come into our marriage, it's either say, me no, I fucked up and bring a third person in it, or my husband fucked up. and we each needs to be accountable for it.
Mhm.
Yemu bebree dealing with our problems. Obema eye nsɛmhu a ɔbaa ne ɔbaa foforɔ no na ɛkɔko na ɔmo wɔ abɔnten ɔmo pieto ne ɛyɛ ɔmo panties num ne ɛyi nyina ɔmo de kyerɛ amansan bɛrima ho nti menko bɛrima ho da kama mentua nyansa krampo manko bɛrima ho da na sɛ sɛ a mɛsua nyansa na mɛbɛko bɛrima ho adan yɛse ayɛ bi mo say men are scarce and man so are scarce because it's me nimi kun jaine I will get someone to give me sokopempem. Mean say, and the way our religion and culture no, oma restricted, oppressive and ma. So we kwa worry me to oba for sa. Want to see will be to bemafo. Because say yes, bibia ejina oba so. Our reunion ni papa akuna timo. It takes two to tango. The entity it takes two to tango now. So if we have to do things now, not only one person is doing it now, we're going to be stagnant. We're not moving. There's not going to be any growth. People will say a man have to bring his 50% and a woman have to bring his 50% to make 100. It's wrong. The calculation is wrong. I have to bring 100%. And he has to bring 100% into the relationship. Don't add it up to 200 because me bringing 50% and him bringing 50%. You know, I'm giving him 50% opportunities to screw up.
I'll say a year 100.
Exactly.
Why
should I bring the half? Because we not half. We each a whole person.
Right.
So, and to notice I mean, well, 50% now. The other 50, no. I can use it to do every foolish thing that I want to do. And then when I finish, I come and say, I beg you, forgive me. I didn't mean to do that. Why should you give room for your partner to make mistake? Because everything you have to bring our all. So when it comes to bills, we have to support each other. Living in abroad, we know, say, a man alone cannot deal with the bills because it's going to stress him.
Mm-hmm.
And financial abuse, you know, it comes with mostly women abusing their husbands and the men that they with because it's a man's job to take care of the family. It's both your responsibility. Say be a bear money to your dinka, light bill, everything I will about to take the food part. Because I grew up in the house, me mame, or no making sure say Adriani, AC table so and tadia, I besha dia school say woo change new clothes no my father dealt with the mortgage and then the light bill and the other stuff. And they both have responsibility. So you know, that's something they have embedded in me. It's not just my husband's job to take care of me. I have to be independent, but at the same time, I need to support my husband. If it's financially, I need to do that. But I need to also recognize and say my husband is not taking advantage of me financially.
Right.
The same way I don't do that. It's give and take. We have to learn to compromise. When you talk about sacrifice now, how do you want to sacrifice, right? Is it worth your life? No, you have to differentiate. You have to be selective and have better understanding. Learn coping skills, effective communication. Talk to him.
Right.
Have him understand from his level of understanding because
Obia free baby ne buy.
Enti no ebi a me nti ase no ubetimi aka asem akere me ebi a me no be take 2 days and I say 3 days 72 hours your friend is saying 72 hours, right? No, there'll be 3 days here. You have 24 yes
72.
And you know ebi so ami kun ka kere na within a couple minutes no he will understand. We have to give each other space to process things because it's a wooden command on Panama will respond right away. Tell the person, okay, I'm going to think about it, and then we can talk about it some other time because today, I have so much happening. I can't think right. It's okay. Say be a wukun to me, wukun and answer does not have the intelligence that you have. Don't put the person down. be more encouraging. Shreno enyoma enkoye. Na onu ankasa nimre onfanya adwuma. But se nimre no so to the extreme say no intentionally are doing things or hurting you now. My sister, it's not with my life. Oh, me no to say like my parents, me sisters, me and son, na nine about film, yamin funny currency, and I mean we spoil him. But to say we didn't spoil him to the point say he doesn't have a mind of his own. But we are independent. We speak our mind. Me kunti me kachem sa na akasa sa me sike se man kasa. What I'm feeling inside. Me de asem hye me mu ebekume. So I have to speak up. So enti ensem bebre me nia.
No cre ajo do I wish to senka.
Yeah, womre, don't worry.
I wish to say aka obantem.
Uh-huh.
Ma yetumi ebobo ne ma bi so. Abusafo the ntia wase me jai no money flow no. Nanka wase obabat bibi ntia ntimi amaya na meka yensa entem ti na wase mitimi bomod na money flow na oka the reason why your friend is saying nipa sometimes no yeah na omoti abusive marriage and all that stuff no and what you no say you you have to have your threshold. The na make wo ha no self knowing yourself. Who dia wo ye? Who your what? Said the bear obi beton bibia enye dia ma wo a. Wo be ade we ya nipa we ba beton ama me no enye. That is where you have to draw the line. So when me and draw that line now, when me and draw like that line now, obi go overboard, you will never know. So what you say? You never know. Well,
brother Prince Ado, e die ye mu need oh. And mama ye nim
sex is a need. Just like
you see, men, you are created. Your penis is for sex and junso to urinate. So you don't think nothing beside a D. So only a mature.
I say who here. I know dear.
Mini abema men ka say who here. E ba se di asem a and I won't kodane. Until next time you be can di hu asem and you guys go feel me rough me in some many hu. But to say one thing I want to say about that ne say. A die ye and a die boa e wo kwan bebre so. But anything excessively no can kill you or weaken you. And to say, what can say, a mema, a dear, a needa. What some ma bebre, now we did it ya. A mema be a home would do 50, they are weakened. A son saw mum run to bremuno and sassam and a tramadol. To say, Neoma, a Viagra. So obey naso because a bimusam pnachi and desian warrior. Se wo twempna be ma wodi wo nyansam wodi wo nkwase adie me ye sorry ne me French wodi wa wonwe hu say I have to reserve me girlfriend sene be ya me nsanuoma mema bebre mpra twen mu omu bro omu hu kafo tonga ni mu saa enfa no hu because onye na adwen so obeware but se be ma won ware brother obi tell me if I'm wrong. Worry would ye different from chimpna.
Would they have Brasim crocro a dear no?
Say a word dear, you want to conserve it. And to would dear won't fat just a nya hoarding a dear nya hoarding. A dear needs in romance, foreplay, just being intimate. Sometimes you can be intimate with your partner without even having to have sex and you'll be satisfied. And some people be like, how is that possible? In another time, no, I will go into details.
Before say in our next episode that you bet media banner, we will just try to explain things like that. Now I got myself. Mama Mao another bed 6 minutes because your time no I a bit was sorry so Mama Mao another bed 6 minutes na ye musa na me musa say no me question me busa ne say osinachi wo no do we have to blame the husband? Do we have to blame the church? Do we have to blame the family?
Mhm.
Anasa ono ankasa per se as a lady na ankasa awu no ono na wasi e blame no. Who do we
Everyone
blame?
play part. Obia play part. And I will go from yes, sister Osinachi, right? Only my dear. On your ignorance of your friend is saying domestic violence, or your breadwinner. When you ni na shasiye, and unim dear na air kosu fee.
Meba mame enkate osisia. Bread or your bread with that mean is an ikunu ni adwuma.
No, ono na dear away, no num to away no, ono na no hwe beema no.
Okay.
Enya beema na hwe no.
Okay.
Wogya ni kun na nko betimi ahwe wo ne ma enan no without beema no.
Right.
But she chose to stay. And I think so no fear. She was broken emotionally and psychologically. That's the two dangerous things because it's invincible. When someone is emotionally dismantled, it starts with verbal, brother. Bafo champon share. And some I beke catcher no. A shall say the do with trimusa and be yet to say it just take a toll out of you until you will not be able to function productively. Senye anka wadrin da no ma ebema waka say, you know what, I am not dealing with this, I'm out. You cannot think like that. Abusers, you know, what they do, they say they are charming, they know how to talk, they will petty, you know, they will do it. They will make sure say you are isolated from your family, your friends, people that will support you leave that abusive marriage. And you know, your abuser becomes your support system. So without them, no, you feel say you will not be able to survive. And then you man what to know, or full says it will jawaria and no religion bem. A sorry for nan kasanombe yinama. They will talk bad mouth her or tunyum ne crampona. Yen ma crano yen talk. Esan say we're free. We're jani kun. Ata awaria de yako heaven. Awaria and fire heaven. So I'm in and the husband, he should be the protector. If he's not the financial breadwinner, he is supposed to be a protector. He's supposed to care for her, love her, take care of her, make sure say her mental stability is healthy. She at the right place, and then she have time for herself. She's able to have the freedom to take any gig that she wants, right? But he did not. He took all that freedom from her. He put her in a cage, whereas he said she doesn't have anybody. The only thing that she had to survive was her singing. So, and you know, in every situation, you know, as to whether or not who was at fault the most, you know, we each play part in it. So when divorce comes now, it's not just one person, the reason one person that made the divorce come to an end. Because we see red flags, we see yellow flag, we see red flag, we don't do nothing about it because we say ye Christo sumunti, ye bompaya e suru dwantino, nyankopon ebe sisa onipa dasani. No. Ma wadwe nya adwuma. Enti ni wo ni de, she play part in it, her husband play part in it. Onu na was sealing the deal, no. Abusuafo was isolated from her, but when African for say obi e remove free wabusuani wana monte nka, you guys disregard her, say ono kura won frɛ nti adenti na yesi ye frɛ no.
But I know say na ne twin sister na is constantly in touch with no.
No, she wasn't getting hold of her, but she was. I mean, I asked her and said, "Oh, no, any phone, right?" Even though she has a personal phone, I bet you says there are some text messages now. When she sent and she finished that, she has to delete it because the abuser will go through her text messages.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So when he looks now, he doesn't see it, but the person that she sent to still have the record of her text messages. But on her end, you know, she has to delete it because when delete it will be another beatings.
I see.
So, like, you know, a lot of times, you know, we give our power away when it comes to religion. Now, a lot of churchgoers, a lot of believers, they don't believe in themselves. They give their power again. So people direct them the way that they want to direct them. But, you know, it's never okay for anyone to put their hands on somebody because they are unhappy or the person is not suiting their desire. A lot of us, you know, we are reactive, right? But to say abusers, you know, they have anger management problem and they want to control. Into what they say go. The guy, you know, he was so jealous of Nigeria because without Nigeria, you know, he's nothing. And you know, he wanted to make her know, say without him, you know, she's nothing. And she believed it and she settled for that. So, like, you know, sometimes, you know, it's not good to like blame victims, but in every situation, when people go through things, now we play part in it. Our rejaya ba and your ban and it's a bear man cheaty or ban and cheatia. If you see signs and you don't address it and it escalate to the point say you can no longer be part of it now, why didn't you address it? What held you back? Into the fact that you didn't address it and they say you gave up without having to have to deal with that. That's fine. That's your responsibility. By walking away and being alive, I would rather take that than staying in a marriage that will take my life unexpectedly. Because you know, senseless for a beautiful soul. And it touches the soul, and ma will be hope. So, and you know, I mean, it's so much. Abuse is still going on. Say yeah, kasakura will be a bunana near swakrampa wenani. Why must it come that? And mema mahonding eso saying to say we a bema. Now we more down for catch yourself, you didn't alcohol, you didn't chance away winning yansa. So you don't have intelligence because you allow somebody to get into your head and you think that you are a man. You're not a man. You know, abusers are cowards and they are weak. They are insecure. They get jealous easily, and some of them have mental issues and needs to be evaluated. And you know, we need to condone that. We need to say, you know, not we need to say stop domestic violence because it's not okay. And yeah, ma'am, I'm worrying, I'm toying because they say I won't focus on toying from your wound see the wouldn't yeah. They say a part of tradition. We wouldn't mean for be baba. Now when you know and yet the obey without, you know, having to even like it's part of respect. So because wabano when free we no obey say we are say intimini abema. Can you okay no mentimi amantem na me program.
No problem. No problem. I think so you are the over kind of company enjoy much better. For with the we best here. Aha. And ye program no ABC na said them kind no yenya adwa odo e woni page a opese follow na me pacha okọ no mo a obehu or you very so wo hwe na vibrant your friends a communicator pa ntino but more than eco follow no ewo ni page no and so
that's many abema.
You better was na ne you know aba you better to yes afro on a different topic
brother Prince remember na ma be kan e beto was nwate hey remember mu pedie ma no yentu e pedie pa but say obia play part sorry no baby anywhere
you. Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Yo, I was for a ha and anajo enkomo ye DBC Bridgel so Bridgel Michiao and a face so Emmanuel Kojo and a Prince Ado or Munina Ebas. Mammy read the message we and we afedi we are na afe me de your friend is saying but you know si na ya nyame aduma next week ya toa so but for the Bible was the core of her life was centered in the church. The church played a major part in her death. And on one kasa biemu and sad the Bible was say Obi. Another funny observation: while she was sick at the hospital, her pastor was in Cameroon doing a crusade, healing and sick. Her pastor was holding crutches as evidence of performing miracle in Cameroon. Isn't that something else? But for Debia meka yana mempese meko too deep. Ewo church me reservation ewo church Debia meka se enye church a mekwa sorry se heaven wo ho a ye nyina ye bekwa enye church a me de me ho bekwa ko join me and be mama ko heaven. I doubt that. Enye religion bi a me de me ho bekwa ko shim and be mama ko heaven. Semte saa ene na nyankopon a nye fair. It's only se bi wo ho saa your own self and the way I was born bra. If heaven be wo ho a ye wo nko a aware emfa ye nko heaven. Se ye kwa akobu akonta sa akonta bi wo ho a ye be kwa akobu a kire nyankopon na se ye kwa the way I see by we ase no we were born individually. You will go individually obakra ofri mu eba ye no ba no ebeko individually no akobu na konta. If there is any you will just nyankopon a ye just e wo ho no mo a enti meant na aware ho e ma nkum because you're not going to be judged on that. Yen judge you say adentina wo jai aware yen judge you ewo eho ewo baabia. The good books of Bible now you say you good, you know. Any baabia so untimi nya aware. Whether say it's been abused or it's not, no. Any baabia you can wo. Utimu na enya wo da agya ne ko. As simple as that. A mutual understanding if the mutual understanding break away, now each one of them back open out back say, okay, what breaking mutual understanding? No, even say I'm breaking cry. Now say other partner need decide they say mempe will be more. They have the right to live. And as simple as that. Mamo mayam fa church ni kuna yang. Say you need freedom. Say till death and a bit titty yentem. No way. Me ma a woo no emetity yentem. Say what's a wooden it in temu and ente and san a wood crab him. Cause yan joe. Ewo. The patrol hana me the bc. But modern say na me adma next week. Obesign ama yatuaso. Ajo order me da wase. So by if you baby a wo bia me chia wo. Mo amotimi frɛ ye, mo amantimi anfrɛ. Mo amode mo messages nyina ba nyina. Michiamu nyina na me yadoma next week ye be sign the another one emu hwam a etisese e dia brawo makra mo me ba cho ye page no omo na se mo be ka like na ma subscribe e wo YouTube me da mu nyina ma se mo ma ba